We'll
because it
have
was
to see
so
how the story develops, but as
random.
we have it right now, I would have preferred if the Ten Tails literally was just Ishiki and he was just back. Just reincarnated, revived,
Well,
whatever, than Jura. As we have
so
it so
here's the
far,
thing.
because we don't know what Jura's gonna
So
be like.
I
Yeah.
mean, if it makes you feel better, I've actually had this theory for a while that Ishiki was like Kaguya tied to that Ten Tails, and that's why he quote unquote wasn't dead yet. Because, for example, in the prophecy arc and code arc, they just kept showing us those stone tablets and how Ishiki's tablet was still black, never went white, which felt like an indication that he was alive, because only his was ever black, while the others were clearly dead, like Kaguya, Momoshiki, Ginshiki. And so I was thinking like it could be because of the Ten Tails aspect. And so I thought that whatever Code does might end up bringing Ishiki back. And so right now, Jura wouldn't be literally Ishiki, but he would be Ishiki in a sense. For example, if Jura was to devour Naruto, for all we know, it might actually help bring back Ishiki. So
Yeah, but I wouldn't
hypothetical.
want that. I want Ishiki
Um,
back when Naruto's back. See, I get it. There could be essences of
Yeah,
Ishiki
I
or
agree with
whatever.
you there. I agree with you in that sense. So if that's gonna happen, I would just have them get there without devouring Naruto, devour someone
Yeah.
else to get there.
Like,
But like my point is, if it doesn't need to be Ishiki's chakra specifically, something like that could happen, which is why I need to get my ass on these
even
videos.
if you want to say it's an Ishiki remnant or Ishiki clone, it's not the same thing. Like, Kashi and Koji isn't Jiraiya. It's just not the same thing. I want
Correct,
Ishiki
correct.
back with
I agree with
Ishiki's
you.
behavior, personality, memories,
I I
everything.
I I completely agree with you because something I said for a while is that I made the comparison with Delta. I said that she basically needed to return after Amato shut her down because of how incomplete she was.
Yeah.
Um, and this was related to me theorizing Amato's cyborg was Delta again. Beyond other reasons behind it, but for similar reasons, I think Ishiki, there was certain completion with him, but there were some things that felt incomplete, at least to me. And because of that, I feel like he needs to come back. I'm not gonna say he will 100%, but I feel like he does need to come back because he doesn't feel complete. There's one in particular which you're probably gonna hate that I do remember off the top of my head very specifically. Specific thing I do remember, you're gonna hate this, like I said. There's the shot of it zooming in on Ishiki's eye in the manga that makes it look like
Yeah.
he did or thought about something
Yeah.
right before Kawaki stomps on him, which just makes it feel like something happened there
Bro,
to
again,
indicate. And then there's the stone tablet.
if we were to
Um,
rewrite the
again, I don't
series
think it.
as of right now, I would have preferred it if that in that moment that was him putting the Karmasil back on Kawaki, but they don't know it yet. And when Kawaki awakens it in the code arc for the first time, that's when it's revealed to have been Ishiki's Karmasil, and it's still extracting and like it's back on. Everything is back in motion. It's just as crazy as it was. The tension, the threat
That
level,
could work, but um, yeah, from a
all of
rewrite
it.
perspective, that could obviously work. Just from the as is perspective, I do think whether Ishiki even literally did anything, or if he just thought about what needs to be done, I don't care. It just felt like that was an important, like they emphasized it
Yeah,
for
I
some
agree.
reason. And it just felt like it was important.
Yeah.
And then there's other stuff, just like, first of all, this applies to Momoshiki too. Even if they are kind of a mustache twirling villain, where they just want the chakra fruit, doesn't feel like enough of a goal. Like, what is he after? Especially with the whole a god thing with Code. But like, I feel like we need to experience a little
So
bit more about why Ishiki wants to become a god. Why, in terms of the anime, why is it that it feels like, why did Kaguya betray Ishiki? We still need that. Why does it seem like Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and Urashiki acted as if Ishiki didn't exist? Like it was Kaguya's sector. It's not Ishiki, the higher ranked Sasuke sector. No, 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 no. It's Kaguya's sector. Why did they? It's like they knew Kaguya betrayed him like he was supposed to be dead. Like, why? We need these answers. We need more about Ishiki. And the best way to do it is to have Ishiki freaking come back And he's also Ishiki was supposed to get revenge on Amato. Another thing that just hasn't been addressed. It feels like Ishiki needs to come back, and honestly, Amato needs to get his ass bitten. I think Amato needs to be getting close, and whether it's his own doing or his own oversight, I think his own oversight's the best thing. So things like Kashinkoji Ishiki. This is even better if Amato made the message to Code as fake Ishiki. I think it's even better in this case if Amato's message to Code leads to Ishiki's return, which leads to Ishiki killing Amato before he finishes his plan. I think that's perfect for Amato. That requires Ishiki to come back. So there's a lot of reasons why I think Ishiki should come back.
Yeah, shout out the Hayes who made this video. Amon is terrible. How to write a villain without a point. Very interesting, intriguing video. There's so many things that I would love to see if Ishiki comes back. First of all, a rematch between Ishiki and Boruto. Second of all, obviously the rekindling of like Kawaki and Ishiki and seeing how that trauma re-sparks, especially with Naruto gone. Then I want to see Naruto's reaction to Ishiki coming back, same with Sasuke. Specifically, I would love if like Ishiki had the activation code for Delta to snap this good Delta back into the bad Delta with her memories where they were. It's like, so Delta talks to Ishiki like, oh my god, you're not Jigen, what happened? And like he explains, oh, Kashinkoji was the traitor. We get bad Delta versus Koji, since they had like that rivalry dynamic going on at the very beginning. You get that fight. Then you get Ishiki's rematch or rekindling, whatever, with Kashinkoji. Oh my god, you're still alive. And then especially Ishiki sees the traitor who betrayed him, Amado. You get that there. You get so like, and then you get Code seeing Ishiki. Oh my god, I thought you were dead. I love you. And then like Ishiki's, I don't know, dismissal of Code, whatever he would do there, or Ishiki Creed.
I can just see a case where Code essentially plays the Madara position to where he gets outed for Ishiki's return. I could totally see that, because in that case, I like it because the one who couldn't be a vessel is the one who facilitates Ishiki's return. So Code actually gets his wish. Ironically here, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. It'd be good for power scaling too.
Gets his wish.
Like seeing how current Boruto scales to Ishiki. Like even with his karma seal, you could get that again.
In this case, it'll be like the full power Ishiki. He's not dying. It's like the one Amato said, it will be the end of this world.
Yeah.
Like it's this Ishiki.
And then same with the Shinjuu. The Shinjuu can play a third party pivotal role in this fight to where they're trying to eat both Ishiki and Boruto. They're on neither of their side. They're threats to both of them. You can see how that they scale too.
So, like I said, you might not like it, but I don't think, at least in terms of Jura, I don't think we would ever have both Ishiki and Jura in the story at the same time. If I had to guess, I think it's either Jura would be eventually be restored into Ishiki, or Ishiki never comes back and Jura just takes his place. I don't expect we would have both.
So, regarding the interaction between Ishiki and the Shinjuu, I would like to see Ishiki talk to Jura the most of the four. I would love to see the witty comebacks or whatever that Hidari would have against Ishiki in their fight. But then the fight I'd be most interested to see is actually Ishiki versus Bug. Imagine those two personalities going at it. Bro, that'd be a freaking dog fight right there. They'd get down and dirty. It'd be so close to, like, that'd be so cool of a fight. It would also help us scale to where they are. Dude, you're not going to understand this. It'd be like funny. Vegeta fighting the people at the very beginning of the Namek saga.